It's not right, you kind of think, what kind of person would do something like that to, somebody who's already going through so much.
Devastation and now theft. The new problem people living in southeast San Diego now face after losing nearly everything to the devastating January floods.
Nothing compares healing-wise, I can say, for my clients other than seeing these men behind bars.
Justice for dozens of San Diego women tricked into pornography. The new developments in the Girls Do Porn case next.
An historic matchup as the Friars face the enemy in blue across the world. The latest on the season opener next.
And a new chance to experience the Land Before Time in brick form. A preview of the new Dino Valley at Legoland is also next.
Thanks for joining us at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday, everyone. I'm Eric Connor.
And I'm Carrie Lane filling in for Netta Iranpour. This morning, flood victims in San Diego's southeast neighborhoods, they're dealing with yet another problem, unfortunately.
Yeah, burglars are targeting their homes as residents try to put their lives back together. CBS 8's Regina Yorita is live in Mountain View with more on what police and residents are saying about this. Regina?
Yeah, good morning, guys. And look, residents here have already gone through so much. And while they're going through the process of getting their lives back together, getting repairs started, now they have growing concern that thieves will come into their house and steal all of that equipment and supplies that they're using to get construction started. Take a listen.
We've been broken into twice already. It's not right, you kind of think, what kind of person would do something like that to, somebody who's already going through so much.
And so that's Anna Ramirez. She's a resident here. She and her family have 5 feet of water, or excuse me, she and her family had 5 feet of water flood their home in Shelltown. She and her sister are doing many of the repairs themselves. Their home has been broken into twice. She says the thieves stole expensive tools and blowers being used to dry up the water. Now, people living on Birch Street near Southcrest Trails Park are also concerned. Residents tell us that before with the park, there used to be a lot of people gathering there, and now they believe thieves know the houses are empty, so they're breaking into their houses. We reached out to San Diego Police Department to see what's been done so far. San Diego Police Southeastern Division says they've responded to some burglaries in the flooded areas. The investigators are being conducted by Southeastern detectives. Now, officers will continue to give extra patrol to this area and have done so since the floods occurred. So back out here, they're asking the public to be alert and to please report any crimes or suspicious activity that they might see here in this area as they continue to do their job and stay vigilant here on 42nd Street and any other place that are still going through the struggles and devastation from the January 22nd floods. For now, that's the latest here in the southeastern San Diego. Eric and Carrie, I'll send things back to you guys.
Regina, thank you. Later today, the man found guilty of setting his own food truck on fire for insurance money is expected to be sentenced. Now, last month, the jury convicted Avante Hartsfield of arson and insurance fraud. This after prosecutors say Hartsfield destroyed his food truck in Kearny Mesa back in 2021. He later raised more than $100,000 through a GoFundMe account after the fire, claiming he was the victim of a hate crime. Hartsfield could get up to 7 years and 4 months in prison. His court appearance is at 1:30 this afternoon.
Shame on mercy! Shame on mercy! Save our moms! Save our babies! Save our moms! Save our babies!
This morning, dozens of healthcare workers and community members in the South Bay are demanding Scripps Mercy to reverse its decision to close down its maternity ward. Announced last month, the department will be consolidated with Scripps Mercy in Hillcrest. The hospital said this consolidation is necessary to alleviate rising numbers of patients in the emergency rooms in Chula Vista. But many critics say the patients in the South Bay are often from low-income communities and many rely on public transportation. The hospital will still offer emergency obstetrics services, but critics say that ER physicians are not specialists.
Obstetrics emergencies happen like this, and patients and the baby can die within minutes if they're not taken care of quickly. They're not surgeons. They can't do an immediate C-section.
As part of this consolidation, more than 130 positions will be eliminated, although Scripps has said they would try to place those employees facing layoffs into other open positions. This could take place by early summer. This morning, wildlife officials and lifeguards keeping watch on a gray whale spotted near the jetty at Mission Beach. A viewer sent us this video of the whale yesterday and told us it looked like the whale may be stuck. Well, SeaWorld says the whale is not entangled or stranded at the moment, and adds people should stay at least 100 yards away from the whale, and that it is illegal to try to pet or attempt to interact with the whale. We also reached out to NOAA, but as of this morning, we haven't heard back from them.
All right, Eric, I know you've been glued to your phone. Right now, the season opener is underway in Seoul, South Korea, and the Padres are facing off the Dodgers in a historic matchup. In fact, right now the score is 5-2. The Dodgers are in the lead. It is the top of the ninth. Now, aside from this game being the season opener, it also marks the first time Major League Baseball will be played in South Korea. It's also a special game for Padres infielder Ha-Sung Kim, who's a Korean native and among the most popular stars in the country.
Yeah, the Padres were up 2-1 for much of the game, but then just fell apart in the top of the eighth. The Dodgers scoring 4 runs. It's now 5-2. It is the top of the ninth. The bases are loaded right now, so hopefully we can turn things around. At least we're the home team, so we may be able to come back here in the bottom of the ninth.
Fabulous. All right, let's go Padres. It's your chance to experience the land before time.
In just 2 days, Dino Valley is opening up at Legoland, California. CBS 8's Chris Groh live in Carlsbad with a preview of this new exhibit. And you got some friends there. Watch out.
Yeah, I think watch out, right? We're in Dino Valley right now, so behind every turn there could be some new surprise, some new attraction. You don't know exactly what's going to be happening here in Dino Valley. It is brand new, so I want to bring in Lisa here to talk a little bit about what we can find, what we can expect 2 days away from opening. Lisa, how excited is everyone?
Oh my gosh. Well, here at Legoland, California, we are so excited. You know, we are celebrating our 25th birthday. What better way to celebrate our birthday than kicking off a new land, Dino Valley? We're opening up this Friday, March 22nd. Right now, we're actually standing in front of one of the rides, Explore River Quest. It's the ultimate way to see dinosaurs in action. We've got over 20 Lego dinosaur models on this ride. It's something for the whole family. There's no height requirement for this ride, so even our littlest dinosaur fans are going to get to check out Dino Valley.
I love that you guys are celebrating your birthday here at the same time, because it's almost like one of those dinosaur themed parties that is just never going to end. So you guys have the rides, you have the attractions as well too, with again these Lego models have been put together. How much work goes into putting something like this on with all the details that you guys have? You guys must have been working pretty long on this.
Absolutely. There are a lot of moving parts when it came to getting Dino Valley together. You know, the Lego models were actually one of the most exciting things. In order to bring in some of these dinosaur models into Explorer River Quest, we actually brought in a 300-foot crane to fly in these dinosaurs. So for anybody in the area, it was a sight to see. So that's just a little sneak peek at some of the things that got put together. And PJ as well was a big part of Dino Valley.
Yeah, it certainly was. And we were just talking to PJ just a short time ago here off camera about this dino right here and how to be able to put that together. You guys are probably looking at, you know, what is the blueprint when you're putting this together? Because when I had Legos, I had instructions. So I don't know, did we have an instruction one for this guy?
It's excitement. Our instruction book is excitement, like what's going to get all the families and the kids excited about these rides. So we have more than 30 new models into all of Dino Valley using more than 1.8 million Lego bricks. And this dino model right behind us, this took 5 master model builders more than 500 hours. It took more than 178,000 Lego bricks, and it's 6 feet long, wide, 8 feet long, and over 12 feet tall. So this is one of the many massive animals that you're going to see on the ride.
And the detail, the attention to detail, it looks, again, this is something you would see in the, you know, the history museum or something like that put on display. So a lot of attention to detail. So thank you guys so much for showing this. And we'll kind of, as we wrap up here and kind of go back to you guys in studio, just to give you a better look about what PJ was talking about. Imagine this, though, being flown in, as we said, on the crane. So this is being held above the air to be dropped down into place. You have some of the other Lego model dinosaurs that are here as well too. And please do not forget about man in dinosaur costume and paleontologist, their friend as well too. We've got all different types of characters out here.
Absolutely. You've got all different T-Rexes and all the different types of dinosaurs there. You're right, from behind you, you can't even tell that's made out of Legos. So realistic there, crated in just like we saw in our Jurassic Park movie, one of the faves. Thank you, Chris. Just full on display. He's like, take it away.
So the one thing that live shot is missing, Chris, I need you to reenact Jurassic Park for me. I need to see Chris running through the park with dinosaurs chasing him.
There are a lot that have been eyeing him up.
Yes, might be a little scary for the little ones. All right, what a great event to do. We have so much to do here in San Diego, and the weather is gorgeous this week. So if you want to skip school for a week, if you can convince mom or dad to take you to Legoland, head out there because it'll be beautiful. As we get into the weekend, we're going to see a much different picture. We do have some wet weather on the way with really cold and windy conditions. This is Mount Woodson facing west. You can see a little bit of the clouds in the distance. The marine layer really starting to build as a result of that coastal eddy, and that is going to continue in the overnight hours over the course of the next few days. It is bringing us some fog too, so you might be waking up to not only cloud coverage, but the fog this morning here in Kearney Mesa, it was pretty bad, pretty dense. So maybe give yourself a few extra minutes out on the roads. But meantime, we're going to stay warm and dry during the day. Temperatures slightly above the average as we get into Friday, and then the weekend will bring changes, cooler, wet, and breezy conditions. Current temperatures along the beaches, we are in the mid-50s. Inland valleys mostly in the upper 40s. Ramona a little cooler this morning at 41. Good morning to our friends in La Mesa, 48 degrees right now to you. 49 in Julian, and out in the desert we're in the low 50s. As for our chances of rain, so we're going to stay dry through the week, but as we get into Saturday, our chances for some precipitation starts to build. It looks like this storm will probably move in Saturday night into Sunday, and then the bulk of the rain expected on Sunday. And as we get into Monday, we will slowly start to dry out. Waves 2 to 4 feet. Water temperature is 61 degrees. Your 8-day microclimate forecast showing temperatures very consistent through Friday. Temperatures drop on Sunday, and we could see snow elevations drop to about 5,000 feet. So we could get a light dusting out in our mountains. All right, let's get you caught up on traffic. If you're getting ready to head out the door this morning, we do see everything looking green right now. So far, everything's moving along. The 15 through Escondido, there's been some road construction right around the 78, and that has had traffic backed up to Gopher Canyon. So just a heads up this morning, if you are headed through Escondido in that direction, that you might want to give yourself a few extra minutes, because I know by the 7-8 o'clock hour, it's been quite a feat to get through there. All right, let's check out the border wait times for those of you that are getting ready to head out that way. San Ysidro Port of Entry right now showing 75 minutes. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is about 65 minutes. Eric?
Carrie, thank you. Coming up, your train service finally getting back on track. The new update just announced by Orange County authorities. That's next. Plus, the highest court of the land flip-flopping over a Texas immigration law, how Mexican officials are reacting to all of this. And a warning to pet owners. What was just found in California that could be deadly to dogs. And as we go to break, CBS 8 does have a book club. For the past 2 months, we've been reading City on Fire by local author Dawn Winslow. Well, now we're sitting down with Dawn to talk about the book, and we want to hear from you. Go to cbs8.com/book club to join our Facebook page. You can submit your questions there for the discussion. Our book club interview will air next Wednesday at 9 a.m. on CBS 8+.